You will probably have more bad buys than you expect, and you are your best teacher. Hey guys, welcome back to my channel. My name is Felicia. I'm a Poshmark reseller. My name is Felicia Irene on Poshmark and f.iirene on Instagram. And there I do fashion inspo, daily, well not daily, but weekly tips on Poshmark and just inspiration, motivation for being a full-time mother as a reseller and being a reseller and fashion. I love to feel good and dress the part of what I want to be, and that is a businesswoman selling clothes. Okay, so this month I officially hit the 9-month mark in my reselling journey. I started February of this year, 2019, and I've mainly been on Poshmark. I've sold on Mercari for a little bit, kind of stopped for a few months, and then I just recently listed a few more. But I just wanted to share my thoughts, what I've learned, my challenges, and basically what I hope to grow to. So if I look down, it's just like some notes. I don't want to forget any pointers that I wanted to mention. Okay, so the number one thing is it can be very hard to manage your time. And when I say that, not only like planning and making sure you get all your inventory listed and sourcing and basically trying to promote yourself on social media and sharing your closet, but as well as just managing your personal life, when to eat, when to clean your house, when to spend time with other people. But I feel like that's a business in general. When you're starting a business, it's basically your child, and your business has now overtaken you. So it may be very hard to basically manage and find an even balance, but you do find that balance, and it just becomes a custom, especially if you're doing it because you love to do it. I don't do it in a place where I'm just doing it for the money. Of course I'm doing it for money, but I really enjoy doing mostly every single part. The only thing I don't like doing is listing, but I like photographing, I like sourcing, I like planning content. Just basically everything that has to do with reselling, I really enjoy. So yeah, so it can be hard to manage your time, but as time progresses, you do get better. It's basically a skill that you have to practice on, and especially if you're not naturally someone that manages their time, writes in planners, it will take time to build that skill and to be able to manage your time more effectively. Okay, the next point is a support system. So depending on your boss, your coworkers, what type of environment you work on, you may get a lot of praise when you do something, or you may not. But when you're a full-time reseller, or even a reseller, when you're doing it as your hobby, anything, your full-time job, you don't get that support system, especially if you don't have anyone that is used to doing it or enjoys doing it. If you don't have your parents, your sister, your brother, aunt, uncles, friends, they don't understand. They don't get excited thrifting. They don't understand everything that comes with it. They don't share the joy that you get with a sale, big or small. So sometimes it may be discouraging if that's your type of personality. If you thrive off of having a lot of praise and yay, good job, and motivation around you, it may be hard. So my best tip is to surround yourself with those people. If that's via social media, making sure you're very engaged in Instagram or YouTube to find that support system. Or if you go on meetup.com, you can search about events near you, and it can either be Instagram, YouTube, Poshmark, and you can find other people that are interested in the same things you are. So when you do meet up with those people, it gives you that extra motivation and push, and it lets you know that you're on the right path. All right, so this one sucks bad, but you will probably have more bad buys than you expect. And you'll probably always have bad buys. But the number one tip with that is to basically figure out how you can basically recuperate your money on those bad buys. If that's selling it on Poshmark really, really low, or whatever platform you're on, selling it really low for basically you're making your money back, or bringing it to a consignment shop, making a yard sale or hosting a yard sale, so you can kind of get those funds back. Because think about it, if say you spend $30 on a thrift haul and you sold already 5 of those 7 items, you already made your money back. So at this point, it's not even a loss, it's just you're trying to get whatever money you can get back to replenish your closet to buy better items. So don't beat yourself up too much about it. I know, like, looking back, I'm like, dang, I shouldn't have got that, or what was I thinking? But recently I did 4 trips to Plato's Closet and made $300 off of my bad buys. So it's normal. You know, you watch these YouTube videos on resellers and they thrift and they show you everything they got, and a lot of those brands don't sell, and we're human. I mean, they may sell for them, but they don't sell for me. For example, Pilcro letterpress Anthropologie jeans do not move for me. I have yet to sell one. They don't get recognition, but yet you see people picking that up. So you have to learn kind of what works for you, and just, you're gonna have bad buys, and you may think at the moment they were great buys, but they get no recognition, or they don't sell far as quickly as you thought. So that's just a part of the game. You live and you learn, and you just make sure you find ways to recoup your money back. So with the bad buys, you are your best teacher. And basically, so yeah, you can watch videos and you can learn from other people, and they say, oh, I don't pick up Banana Republic or J. Crew, but you have to know what items from those brands sell. So Banana Republic, a nice heavy wool coat will sell, and for a good amount. J. Crew, their shoes they always sell, they always do good. So J. Crew shoes or a blazer will sell, and that knowledge is something you get from trial and error and those bad buys. So you just have to take what people say with a grain of salt. If you hear, oh, I don't buy this, or I get this brand, it's up to you to do the further research. Look up comps on Poshmark, research the brand, do polls on Instagram and see if people even know what those brands are, because those are the audience you're talking to when you're promoting your item. So basically, you want to know what works for you, and you want to research on what you hear. You can't trust everybody's buys because you don't even know. Or another good thing you can do is the YouTube or Instagrammer you saw put that post of that item, you can look at their closet and see what engagement they're getting. So has the item even sold yet? How many likes are they getting? Are they getting comments? Check up on it to see how quickly it did sell, to see if it's even worth picking up. The last thing that I really want to touch on is, well, maybe last 2, but it's having a plan and being organized. So this is probably the most important besides teaching yourself. You have to have a plan. You cannot treat reselling as a hobby, even if you're doing it as a hobby. I mean, if you like to waste money or not really know if you're making a profit, that's fine. If you're really just doing it because you like to shop, you like to wear the clothes and then sell it, this doesn't apply to you. But if you want to make, extra income, if you potentially want to grow into a business, or if you are a business, you have to have a plan. How do you know where you're going if there's no direction? You have to write where you're going, sourcing. How are you going to package your inventory? Where are you going to buy those supplies from? Are you going to even spend money on packaging? Just things like that. What are your goals? What do you want to hit? How many sales do you want to reach a day? Just have a general idea so you know what you're going towards. You don't want to just go in blindly and pick up whatever brands. You want to know, okay, if you're going to curate your closet, this is what I want. This is what I'm not really interested in going to that market, selling to that market. So you have to have a plan. And again, with staying organized, it's very important to, after you've done sourcing, keep that receipt and write it in a journal, or however you track it. You want to track your spendings and how much you're spending, because it'll allow you to see if you're spending too much at one place and you're not really making the profit that you wanted to. You have to stay organized on your inventory because it's going to take you so long, and you're going to waste so much time. The amount of time you spend looking for an item that you don't have inventory properly, or searching through bins because you haven't like properly wrote down where everything is and what bin it's in. It's gonna waste so much time when you go packing inventory, when you're trying to list, all that stuff. It's gonna waste time, and that time you could have been doing something else to help your business move forward. So being organized and having a plan is definitely up there for what you should do as a reseller or in any business. Okay, so the challenges. That's basically how I learned what I'm sharing with you. So challenges is not so much staying motivated, because like I said, I do love it, but sometimes staying motivated in yourself. And what that means is sometimes I buy something and I'm like, wow, maybe this wasn't a good buy. You have to be sure that you have great inventory that people want. So you have to believe in yourself. And because if you don't, you won't be motivated to list those items or to keep going. So you have to always be confident in yourself. Time is a big challenge for me. The day seems like it goes like a blink of an eye. Maybe it's the fact that I have children, so a lot of my time is divided and I'm like spread thin kind of. But you, like I said, you get better with time, but time is definitely my biggest challenge. And staying active, meaning I'm working towards it. It's a learning process and you get better with time. But by now I wanted to have tons of videos on YouTube and I wanted to have tons of posts on Instagram, but we're only human and everybody moves at their pace. So make sure you remember that. Everybody moves at their pace. If you haven't accomplished something, it's coming. As long as you're doing the steps to work towards that goal, you will make it. And lastly, my future goals. So basically, I want to have 1,000 active listings always. And right now I only have like 270, which I was kind of mind blown. I thought I had more. But the good thing is I'm selling through that. I have 700 listings, but I'm selling through. So I sold 500. So I sold majority of my inventory, which is a good sign. Despite the bad buys and despite me feeling like, oh, maybe this wasn't a good brand. I only feel that way because you see everyone else's haul and you compare yourself. So you can't compare yourself. You, like I said, move at your own pace. So yeah, so basically having 1,000 listings all the time, that's my goal. I want to diversify my platforms and sources of income. So I want to definitely get on eBay. I kind of keep pushing it back because I don't know, the thought of like the money aspect and how it's listed. Like I tried and it says choose similar, like you just can't create well, I don't know if you can, I have to research, but it's like choose similar to what you're selling. Like it just seems like more steps, but I know once I like actually put my mind to it, I will get it. So by the end of this year, we have about 2 months left. I'm hoping to have at least half of my Poshmark listings on there. Oh, and I want to get into home. I want to start sourcing and finding little trinkets to list on Poshmark, eBay. I want to get on Etsy. I also want to build this YouTube channel, writing a book. I want to basically diversify my sources of income. So that's my goal for the next 6 months to a year. And social media, again, I want to be very big on the social media platform. I feel like so I never really had like a lot of friends or was the type of person to have like a lot of friends, but I like being social to a point. So of course I enjoy my personal time and alone time, but I like to be social and I like to teach and I like to learn. So I feel like if I don't take this opportunity, then I'm just not being productive with my time or life. I feel like I can be such help to people, and I would love to have meet and greets and meetups and just give everybody confidence and just be in a happy space. So through YouTube or Instagram, social media, just help people and encourage people and show people you can do it, no matter if you suffer with depression or you get, discouraged. Whatever your circumstance is, you can achieve anything you want. So that's basically my goal. Call it a motivation coach. I don't know. I'm still learning. We're all still learning in this world, like this life. What is life? But yeah, so basically just be a figure on social media that I can be relatable to people. So that's also my goal. So thank you so much for watching. This was really fun. If you enjoyed or have any other like ideas on how I should like piggyback this video and do like other things related, definitely leave it down below. I would be so interested in knowing what you guys have to say. Don't forget to like and subscribe, and also follow me on Instagram so we can chit chat and we can watch each other's live videos and just be encouraging to each other. All right, guys.